I have been reviewing shoes for 5 years. I run a shoe store and I am constantly overwhelmed by how many options are on the market for training shoes. So if you're feeling that as well, you are not alone. I put this video together to be a crash course and a guide for anybody who is just getting into training shoes. If you need more context and nuance, I do have long form videos. I'm gonna link those up there. And I have individually reviewed every shoe featured in this video, but this is designed to be quick, concise, and get you what you need to know. Let's dive in. All right, let's start with Nike. So over here we have the Nike MC Trainer 3. The biggest selling point with this shoe is its price point. Coming in around $80, this can be a great budget-friendly option, and it's gonna be really good for anybody in the gym who does a little bit of everything. The midsole is pretty stable in this shoe. The Nike Metcon 10. This is gonna be your more die-hard option if you need stability. So this model has a TPU plate and a rather dense React foam midsole. This is gonna be great for anybody who has a big bias towards strength training and CrossFit in their workouts. The Nike Free Metcon 6, this is what I call the generalist of Nike's lineup right now. It's a little bit more premium. The midsole is super flexible up here in the forefoot, and generally this shoe can be a safe bet if you like to do classes, hit, and also do some strength training on a routine basis with some short runs sprinkled in. All right, so making our way into Adidas. So over here we have the Rapid Move ADV2, and we could also rope the Amplimove into this shoe as well. The big call out with this shoe is the Light Strike foam midsole and the torsion system here. This can be a great option for hit. So if you take a lot of classes and you need that shoe that's good for a little bit of everything in your class, this model can be a really good option. The Adidas Drop Set 3 is going to be your more stable shoe up here. It's going to be great for strength training and some CrossFit and some cross training. If you like a shoe that has a nice stable heel, that is where the shoe is going to excel. It also has a cutout here for additional breathability, and it also has a slightly wider toe box. Over here in the Total, you have a zero drop shoe. If you do a lot of lifting and a lot of strength training, this can be a good option. Has additional midfoot strap and a wide toe box as well for that strength focused individual. All right, New Balance. I only have one shoe for them, but this is the Minimus TRV2. This can be a good option if you like a more low profile shoe with your cross training. This model has a decently versatile midsole, and it's going to be best for anybody who likes to do a little bit of CrossFit, cross training, and lifting with their workouts. All right, diving into Reebok. So over here we have the Reebok Nano Gym. The big call out with this shoe is a slightly higher heel to toe drop. If you like a little bit more heel in your shoes and a super flexible forefoot, you'll enjoy this model. It's a good option for anybody who does a lot of hit and classes, but then also does some very casual light strength training. Over here we have the Nano X5. This is the more premier training shoe from Reebok. This model is going to be great for anybody who does a lot of lifting with some CrossFit and cross training sprinkled in. The big call out with this shoe is the dual response midsole. It's a little bit more plush up here in the forefoot and stable back here in the heel. On shoe, so we have the OnCloud Pulse Pro over here. If you are really serious about your class work, your strength work, and your cross training, and you take a lot of hit and whatnot, and they're very intense with plyos and short runs and lifting, the Cloud Pulse Pro can be a great option. It does have a higher price point though. The Cloud Pulse is a good do-it-all option that's kind of like the little brother of the Cloud Pulse Pro here. Good for hitting classes and some casual strength stuff, but not as dense for strength training up here in the forefoot. The big call out here is the nice wider platform Cloud Tech midsole. The Cloud X4 is going to be a good option for anybody who likes the OnCloud 6 and wants that feeling translated into a training shoe. This model can work for some casual classes, hit, short runs, and some light strength training. Under Armour. So over here we have the Halo Trainer. So the big call out with this shoe is its midsole and its outsole grip. They do a really good job of giving you a nice bounce and really great traction on a bunch of different surfaces. This model is great for anybody who needs a shoe for class and hit and likes a flatter shoe. The heel to toe drop of this shoe sits at 2 millimeters, so it gives you a flatter feel. Then we have the Under Armour Project Rock 8. This can be a good option for anybody who likes a more supportive ankle and more built out midsole with their training shoe. This can be a good option for the generalist in the gym who needs a shoe for a little bit of everything. Over here we have the Tri-Base Rain 6. The big call out with this shoe is just its overall versatility and durability. This is a really good shoe for somebody who does a lot of CrossFit, lifting, and cross training, and they're a bit more intense with their overall training. PUMA, we have the Fuse 4. This model's big call out is its stable heel back here. It's really great for lifting and has a super grippy outsole too for cross training. This model is going to be great for the person who needs a shoe for lifting, cross training, and CrossFit, and has a slightly narrower foot and likes a low volume feel with their training shoe. All right, diving into Rad. So this is the Rad 1 V2. This is what I would say is arguably the strongest shoe on the market for CrossFit focused individuals. The swell foam midsole, the overall durability, the grip of the outsole, it just delivers in most WODs. Most folks will want to look into this shoe if you're doing a lot of cross training, a lot of lifting, but a lot of your training is rooted in CrossFit and CrossFit fundamentals. All right, diving into NOBULL. So over here we have the Outwork Edge, aka the Impact. This is going to be your model if you do a little bit of cross training, but you also want a nice stable base. The upper end of the shoe is very consistent, and it tends to be a good shoe if you wear these outdoors a lot to be able to wipe down and clean really easy. Then over here we have the Outwork. So this is their most consistent training shoe. If you like something very consistent and stable for your strength work and your CrossFit, this can be a great option. This model is going to be good for anybody who wants a denser feeling shoe for their cross training training, CrossFit, and lifting. Altra, so the Solstice XT3. The big wins with this shoe is its toe box. It has a super wide toe box for toe splay and its flexibility and lightweight build. This model is going to be best for anybody who wants a zero drop, so a flat training shoe that can be good for a little bit of cross training and some lighter to moderate lifting. Born Primitive, the Savage 1. So the big hit with this shoe is if you like older cross training shoes like the old Metcons, old Nanos, this can be a great option. It also has a wider toe box and it's pretty dang durable. This model is going to be best for anybody who does a lot of lifting, does a lot of cross training and CrossFit, and they want a super flexible, low to the ground feeling shoe. All right, now let's dive into tier. So over here we have the CXT Flow. This is their more hit focused training shoe. The big call out here is if you like a much more supportive and built out midsole, this can be a good option to go with. It's a little bit clunkier and chunky and some folks love that. This model is going to be best for anybody who does some general strength work and some classes in HIIT, but also wants a shoe for daily wear. Over here we have the CXT2. The big call out with this shoe is its overall stability and how the construction features are optimized for CrossFit style training. If you do a lot of lifting, cross training, and CrossFit, the CXT2 will be your best bet from tier. Strike Movement. Honestly, this is one of my personal favorite brands. Over here we have the Haze Trainer. This model's big call out is if you like more minimalist feeling shoes and a shoe that you can wear out and about while also training, this can be a good option to go with. This model's going to be best for anybody who does a lot of lifting, cross training, and needs a shoe that can also work for CrossFit style settings and daily wear. And then over here we have the Transit Street Trainer Mid, and this could also go for the low top here, but this is one of my favorite shoes at the moment, and that's because it is very versatile and it's an easy shoe just to wear out and about and it looks clean. This model is going to be best for anybody who does lifting, cross training, and wants a shoe that they can also skate in, which is a very niche ask. While on Earth, so this is the Move Trainer. The big call out with this shoe is its midsole and its overall versatility, and then its slightly more spacious and ventilated toe box. So this model is going to be best for anybody who wants a shoe for cross training, lifting, and daily wear. If you want a shoe with a more built out midsole, that's where this shoe can also excel, as opposed to something like the Haze Trainer that has a slightly more low profile feel for daily wear. Flux Footwear. So this is the Adapt Graphene XT Trainer. This model's big call out is its wide toe box and zero drop construction. So if you want a flat shoe for training, this can be a good option. This shoe is going to be best for anybody who does a lot of lifting, cross training, and CrossFit, and you want a flat shoe for training. All right, diving into Innovate. So over here we have the F-Fly. The F-Fly Max could also fall into this shoe category. The big win with this shoe is that it's very versatile for hybrid style workouts. So if you like to blend running and lifting, the midsole in this shoe works really great for that, and the upper is super breathable. This model is going to be best for anybody who does a lot of cross training, CrossFit, and hybrid style sessions. Over here we have the F-Lite. The big win with this shoe is its wide toe box and its versatile midsole. It's good for lifting and cross training and CrossFit. This model is going to be best for anybody who needs more room for toe splay, but likes a little bit of arch support and needs a shoe for lifting, CrossFit, and cross training. And then we have the F-Lite Max, which is the slightly more stable F-Lite. We have a nice wide toe box in this shoe and a TPU plate in the heel for additional stability. This model is going to be best for anybody who wants a shoe for lifting, cross training, and CrossFit, but likes a little bit more stability with their shoe. GORUCK. So this is the tried and true ballistic trainer. So some hits with this shoe include its stable midsole and the fact that it comes with 3 different insoles for different tastes, depending on what you want with your feel and sizing of your shoe. This model is going to be best for anybody who does lifting, some cross training, but also wants a shoe for rucking and some casual wear. Last but not least, VIKTOS. So this is the core containment. The big call out with this shoe is how versatile it can be, and that it tends to be very flat foot and wider foot friendly. This model is going to be best for anybody who wants a wider shoe for lifting, cross training, and even some CrossFit, and it's decently comfortable for casual wear. All right, guys, there have some of this crash course. I know this video was very surface level regarding the depth of the different shoes, and again, I have filmed and published individual reviews on all of the shoes featured. Nothing was featured in this video that I have not physically worn for multiple sessions and tested. I also have a long form roundup if you need more nuance and context. And if you have additional questions on any of the shoes featured, or if you've been wondering about a different model that I touched on, but you need to confirm if it's right for you based on how you train, your foot anatomy, etc., drop a comment down below. I answer everybody who comments on my videos, or at least try to and be really efficient with that. But all that said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. It was definitely a fun challenge to get all these shoes into this time limit. But that said, I will see you guys in the next one. Drop a like on the video, drop subscribe to the channel. Peace.